Everything all right, Miss Malone?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Nothing, just checking some signatures. All right, if you must know, I was on the phone and I missed getting the last batch of visitors to sign out.
So you're signing for them? Well, I don't imagine the governor would be too pleased about that, seeing as how she's told us to tighten security. I mean, an officer forging signatures.
Well, you're not going to tell her, are you? It's not as though I didn't see the people leaving, and I can hardly be everywhere at once.
You saw them leave?
Yes.
Did you count them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I suppose just this once it can be overlooked. We'll call it our little secret, shall we?
Right. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
I appreciate what you did before. Not saying anything about those signatures. I owe you a favour.
Oh, officers should stick together. A lot of people would like to see us fighting amongst ourselves.
Yes.
Not just the prisoners either. Sometimes the politics in this place make me sick.
I know what you mean. One thing, though. The governor's finally decided to tighten up security. It's got to be a change for the better.
It's as far as it goes.
How do you mean?
Well, the likes of Desmond and Kelly. Can't see it making any difference to them. They'll still find a way to get around the rules as long as they know there's no comeback. You see, the governor's idea of being strict is to put them into solitary for a day or two. They're laughing at us.
Yes, I know. You must be quite angry about the way they tried to frame you.
Quite angry.
If it was me, I can tell you I'd be wanting to pay them back.
As a matter of fact, I have been thinking along those lines. But the governor's expecting it, and she's watching like a hawk. I could still do it, though. Do a proper job on the both of them. Get rid of them once and for all. All I'd need would be the help of another officer.
Say someone was willing to help. Do you have any ideas?
Oh, yes. I have ideas.
What do you say we have a drink tonight, and you can tell me what they are?
Well, I'm glad you see things the same way. Losing visiting rights or a week's buy-up is hardly punishment.
Especially when most of them don't have visitors in.
Yeah, well, we shouldn't be surprised. We know that Reynolds won't support her staff. She's only too eager to listen to the prisoner's side of things.
Oh, I know. That fiasco with you was a prime example. God, I was angry about that. Thank heavens that nun came to the party.
So it won't change anything. Every time a prisoner gets marked, we're the ones that come under suspicion.
It's too easy for them. They can set any of us up at any time.
Exactly. I'm going to fix that.
How?
Let's just say that the prisoners aren't the only ones who can frame people. I've managed to have troublemakers sent to other prisons before.
You're thinking of Desmond and Kelly.
They're troublemakers, aren't they?
But how do we do it?
We'll simply turn the tables on them. Instead of us bashing them, the story will be the other way around. Except that one of us will have to witness the whole thing.
And go straight to Blackwell.
Can't see any problem in arranging that, can you?
Well, no, but I...
Teamwork, Terry. That's what it's all about. What do you say? Anyone on sick call, get to the infirmary. The rest of you, work.
Oh, sorry. Miss Ferguson!
Hey,
wait,
don't try.
Hey, come on, what's going on?
Usually more subtle than that, Desmond.
She bumped into me. Don't lie, Desmond.
I saw what happened, so save your breath.
You're on a charge.
You're both liars. She deliberately bumped into me.
Now you've got a charge for insubordination. Want to try for 3? Anyone object to the charges? Right, what do you stand around for? Get to work. Don't have to be your favourite top dog.
I don't reckon those charges are fair.
And forget it, Mexican.
But you didn't do nothing.
Come on.
Yeah, did very well. Very well indeed. Seems to me you've taken a bit of a slide in the popularity polls, Desmond. You know, without your old cronies around to keep the numbers up.
I wouldn't believe everything you heard.
Oh, I don't have to be told, Desmond. You see, I can sense it, smell it in the air. Especially since I got my faculties back. It wasn't very charitable of you, Desmond, taking advantage of a sick person like that.
You would have been the first in line if the same thing had happened to me.
Maybe we've got something in common after all. No, I suppose not. See, Desmond, I don't have any trouble keeping my position on top. But you're losing your grip. In fact, I'd say that you were shaky enough to drop that tray. And to cop a charge for resisting the officer who told you to clean it up. Oh, now, look what you've done. So your position's looking worse by the second. Come off it, Ferguson. You haven't got a hope of making it stick. Not with Renault gunning for you as much as she is for me. Ah, but that's where you're wrong. Because you see, this time, I've taken the precaution of organising a witness. The most reliable kind. A fellow officer. Oh, she'll be here, Desmond. Terry Malone is the most punctual officer I know. You lousy bitch! Yeah, come on, Desmond, land one on me. Save me the trouble of faking it. And if I were you, I'd start rehearsing the farewell speech, too. Although you might not have time to use it before they ship you off to the black hole.
What? What's going on here?
Where the hell did you get to?
I'm sorry, Joe. Meg sent me to maternity.
We had an agreement and you broke it. I'm not interested in excuses.
I tried to let you know, but you'd already gone.
Then you should have followed. God's sake, do I have to spell out every move to you?
I said I was sorry, Joan.
Yes. Yes, so you did. It wasn't your fault. I'm sorry.
Did anything happen?
Crookshank walked in on me. Don't worry, I covered.
Are you sure he wasn't suspicious?
Desmond backed me.
You're joking.
Just looking after her own neck.
Well, we'll get another chance.
You have to be careful. Desmond's onto us, and I don't know what Crookshank might say to the governor.
I'd never forgive myself if you got into trouble because of me.
Yes, well, I have a plan that will oust Desmond permanently. Just leave it to me.
Oh, hi, Jane.
Morning. How'd it go?
Quiet, thank God. Not what my report says, though.
Oh?
I put down that Desmond was causing trouble. I know it's not much, but at least it might help keep her in the bad books with the Gov.
You're right. And I have approached a real pro about a little assistance with our mutual problem.
Who?
That's not important right now, but rest assured, it'll happen. There'll be no way they can point the finger at us.
You won't need me to do anything.
Good morning. Because they've had a hard night.
Oh, no. It's a long one. I think I'll sleep all day.
Oh, don't tell me you had trouble with Desmond too.
Who? Oh, no. No, quite.
Oh, I'll get it. Staff room. Here. It's for you, it's your husband.
Tell him I've already left.
She said to tell you she's not here.
Really? What did you do that for?
Go.
Thank you. You're looking quite pleased with yourself. You think we've got the skids under Desmond okay?
Oh, I'd say there's a fair chance we won't have to worry about her much longer.
I did the right thing, putting that report in about her behaviour.
Oh, yeah, every little bit helps. But I'd go a bit easy for a while. We don't want to give the governor the idea that she's being victimised.
Right.
Actually, I have enlisted a little extra aid against her. Can't tell you too much at the moment, but I can guarantee Desmond's on the way out.
You trust me, don't you?
Of course I do. But this is just one of those times when what you don't know can't get you into trouble.
Fair enough.
Listen, what are you doing after work? I thought we might have a drink together. Well, that's if you're not busy with a boyfriend or whatever.
I haven't got one.
Oh, I thought you'd have had plenty of boyfriends.
No.
Well, maybe we could have dinner together sometime. You know, if we're off on the same evening.
I'd like that.
Here. Oh, here we go.
Thanks. A little reward for doing what I'm told.
Don't, Terry. Look, I'm just trying to make this work. It isn't easy.
Well, it isn't going to get any easier if we go flushing evidence down the drain every chance we get. Joan, I had Desmond.
You think it's that simple?
Well, isn't it?
Terry, there are things you don't know. Now, I can't afford any mistakes. I can't take the chance of Desmond dragging Ballinger into it.
She wouldn't do that. You know the women and their precious code.
She's lagged before.
But what difference would it make?
Please, just trust me. Can you do that?
I do, Joan, but if you don't tell me what you're planning, then I can't
Terry.
be...
Terry, when we get rid of Desmond, I have to make very sure that nothing backfires and gets you into trouble. Do you understand?
I understand. Joan? Yes. Listen. I just caught Desmond red-handed with enough happy pills to keep this place going for weeks. No, in Ballinger's cell. I don't know whether she was taking them or planting them, but either way, we've got her. No, I haven't told anyone. I thought I'd ring you first so we could decide what to do.
You know, I've never found it easy to talk to people because I don't have many friends. None, really. And I know some of the things you must have heard about me.
You don't have to explain anything to me, Joan.
No, but I want to. You see, I am what I am, Terry. And I'm not going to make any excuses for that. Well, it hasn't always been easy, but I don't have any regrets. Except that people sometimes get the wrong idea about lesbians. You know, I've never forced myself on anyone, and I've certainly never been one for the one-night stand or pick-up or even the bar circuit. I've always felt that there should be something else. Because there was someone once, but she died.
I'm sorry.
But I feel that there's something between us.
I know. I feel it too.
Well, I won't force it. If you like, we can leave right now, and I won't broach the subject ever again. But you don't need to be frightened of me, Terry. I'd never hurt you.
I know that, and I'm not frightened of you. Well, I knew this would happen, and I just wasn't sure how I'd react. Until now.
And?
Could we go home now? Together?
Morning. Oh, is breakfast early?
No, it's late, as usual, and so are you.
Yes, I suppose I am. Not feeling too good, actually. How did Mr. Pringle seem when he brought breakfast in?
What?
Well, did he say anything?
No. He had the good sense to get out of here before I'd tasted this garbage. I don't know how he keeps a job.
Mervyn is an excellent chef. Obviously, you don't appreciate decent food.
God, no one could call this decent. Why don't you get around to sampling his food?
How dare you?
Sorry, didn't mean to give you a scare.
Oh, no, I just didn't hear you, that's all.
Everything all right?
Yeah, why shouldn't it be?
I don't know, you just seem a bit tense, that's all.
No, I was just thinking about something.
Oh, fine. Well, I'll see you tonight, then. You haven't forgotten you're coming over for dinner?
Oh, no. Look, Terry, can we make it some other time? I've got some business to attend to.
Uh-huh. That letter isn't some sort of threat, is it?
No, nothing like that.
Well, whatever it is you've got to do, if it's any kind of trouble, I'm coming with you, for moral support or whatever.
Well, thanks, I appreciate that, but I can work it out for myself. See you tomorrow. Yeah, not that one please.
What's going on? Who's there?
Sorry I couldn't find any pate, Ballinger. You're going to have to get used to prison food now.
Is that room service? I'm bloody starving.
Leave the tray, young, and wait at the gate.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
You had no intention of keeping to our bargain.
You didn't keep your part. Desmond's still alive.
Thanks to you.
You blew it.
You would have double-crossed me even if I had killed her.
Where's my bloody food?
Shut up, Kelly. You're giving a ladyship here a headache.
Right now, I'd like to give you more than a headache, you bitch.
You want to cop another charge, Kelly? Come on, Ballinger, eat up. Prison food tastes worse when it's cold. And you'll have plenty of time to find that out. You're going to be charged with attempted murder. And even that hotshot husband of yours won't get you out of that.
If I go down, you're going to come with me. I'm going to tell Reynolds the truth, and I'm going to get Kelly to back me up.
You're not really very bright, are you, Ballinger? You're going to rot in this place. And I'm going to see to it that your stay is not a pleasant one.
You won't have time to enjoy yourself. You've double-crossed me, so there's a contract out on you as of now.
You don't scare me.
I don't have to. I wouldn't sleep at night if I were you, and I'd be careful crossing the street. You won't know where or when, but I promise you, you're dead. You seem a lot happier this morning.
Oh, why not? Baby's okay. What else matters?
Yeah, you're right. Good on you.
It's a bit of a worry, though. Kelly could do it again at any time.
I wouldn't worry about Kelly. She's in enough strife already.
Oh, I hope you're right.
Get a move on you two.
You go on, love. Nearly had it all, didn't you?
Don't know what you mean.
Kelly and Ballinger in heaps of strife. Me nearly dead, and you coming up smelling like roses.
It's a nice thought. But you can't have everything in life. Well, not all at once, anyway.
Tell me one thing. Why did you bash Ballinger?
Me? Oh, I don't do that sort of thing, Desmond. You heard the governor. I saved your life. I'm a hero.
And pigs really do fly.
Oh, good day. What a day. I really need a coffee. Can I get you one?
No, thank you.
You tired?
No.
Something wrong?
Yes. How's your business last night?
Oh, it was good. Very good.
So you'll be coming round tonight then?
Oh, Terry, no, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm on a split shift. I've got to get back here tonight.
I see.
Have I done something wrong?
Yes.
What?
Well, it's just that I don't know where I stand anymore.
With me?
Yes. I mean, you ask me to help you get Desmond and so on, and then when I get the chance you tell me to do nothing, and then I find out you saved her life. You don't talk to me anymore or tell me anything. I thought we were friends.
We are.
So why don't we spend any time together? You've always got something on. It feels like you're shutting me out.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, if that's what you want, just tell me. I'm a big girl. I'll cope.
Oh, come on, Terry. I'm not shutting you out. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Look, you're important. Far too important to risk in this nonsense with Desmond and Ballinger. And that's something I had to handle myself. Sorry if I hurt you.
Oh, it's okay. I shouldn't have doubted you.
Right, well, now that that's settled, what say I shout us dinner the first night we're both free?
Sounds great.
It's all right, I've called the fire brigade.
What about Joan?
The house is empty. I'm going in to save a few things.
She must be in there.
Oh, I banged on all the doors. It's all locked up.
I'm telling you, she is. Joan! Joan! You in there?
Let's go around.
Take it easy. And try to get up.
I'm all right.
We'd better get you to hospital anyway.
You've inhaled a lot of smoke, Joan.
I said I'm all right.
See a doctor.
Nothing wrong with me. I just need a bit of air.
You all right?
I'm fine.
We managed to contain the fire in the kitchen. There's not much structural damage.
It's my house. Why don't you tell me?
Sorry.
What started it?
Well, it's hard to know exactly, but did you leave a power source on? Well, it might have been a short, but it seemed in one centralised area. So we'll have to call in the fire investigation team.
Joan, I want you to see a doctor.
There was no short.
How do you know?
I know. It was a deliberate attempt to kill me.
Take your things through to the bedroom. I'll put on some coffee.
Oh, no, look, I'll sleep here. This is quite comfortable.
Don't be silly.
I'm not being silly. Look, Terry, I shouldn't even be here. You're taking a risk just having me in the flat. Now, until this thing's settled one way or another, the more distance you keep between you and me, the better.
Now stop that. For a start, I think you're imagining all this about people trying to kill you.
Terry, I have just stopped Ruth Ballinger escaping and killed one of the men hired to help her. I'd hardly call that imagining.
But you don't know for sure if there's a connection. Now, even if it's true, you don't think I'd leave you to face it alone.
Terry, there's nothing you can do to help. It's too big.
I didn't do too badly this afternoon. Joan, if this is what you think it is, please don't shut me out.
Oh, don't you see it? It just makes it all that much harder. I mean, if anything would have happened to
And
you...
what if it was the other way round? Would you turn your back on me?
No. All right, I'll talk to the people concerned and see if we can't work something out. What about that coffee?
Coming right up. Couldn't get a machine. Oh, I guess I must be walking in on something private.
Oh, I can go out to a call box.
No, go on. I won't listen.
Yeah.
Joan Ferguson.
Joan, how are things?
I think you might know.
I really didn't expect to hear from you again. I'm flattered you kept my number.
Someone set fire to my house.
I'm sorry to hear that. Frightening, the amount of vandalism goes on today.
The only thing you're sorry about is that I'm still alive. Now, we both know that you set it up on Ballinger's orders.
I think you're underestimating the amount of enemies you've made over the years, Joni. Surely you don't think Arnie and I are the only ones.
I'm not calling to play games, fellows. I'm calling to make you a deal. You once said that I could be very useful to you. You were right. And I still can.
Too bad you didn't take up the offer when I made it. I'm afraid it's been withdrawn now. Well, nothing personal, Joni. I hope you understand that. You see, my choice is either your neck or mine. Don't think I have to tell you which one it's going to be, do I?
More toast?
No, thanks.
I'm going shopping this morning. Why don't you take the day off and come with me? No one's going to mind, not after what's happened.
There'll be enough to do getting that prison back to normal.
Yes, but there are other officers.
Oh, that lot. I want the job done properly.
Why can't you just accept you're under a lot of pressure? You hardly slept last night. I heard you pacing around.
Look, Terry, I just... Oh, God.
I just wish you'd listen to me. You're a nervous wreck.
For God's sake, I only spilt the milk. Don't go on about it.
I heard you on the phone last night. It was Fellows on the other end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's also supposed to be private.
If he's involved, you must go to the police. You need protection.
What can they do? Arnie Ballinger is giving the orders, and he's got half the world in his pocket.
If Fellows knows you're being watched, there's every chance he'll back off. It's better than being a sitting duck, isn't it?
Looking for Inspector Grace?
Out, I'm afraid.
Any idea when he'll be back?
Heard about the fire. Bad luck.
Luck had nothing to do with it. That's why I'm here. The Ballingers have got a contract out on me.
Shouldn't think so. Accidents happen. Bound to with the pressure you've been under.
The only pressure I'm under is staying alive. I thought I might get some help from this place, but it looks like I was wrong.
Now, don't get unpleasant. It's being investigated.
Well, you might be interested to know I've already done a little investigating of my own. I've spoken to Fellows, and he as good as admitted it. They want me dead.
Well, we better look into it then.
Oh, yes, you do that. And in the meantime, I would like a police guard so that I'm still around when you've finished looking into it.
I would have had the manpower, but...
Oh, I see. Of course, I suppose if I were to get hold of a gun and accidentally shoot fellows, you'd soon find the manpower to come looking for me then, wouldn't you?
We'll do what we can, all right?
What the hell did you think you were doing? Burning the bloody house down, for God's sake. Oh, what sort of plan is that? Any one of 100 things could go wrong, and obviously did.
We were unlucky.
Unlucky? You don't even have the sense to start the fire in the room she's in. Did you think the neighbours wouldn't notice? That nobody would call the fire brigade? You just didn't bloody think at all, did you?
We were unlucky.
Stop saying that. You've been around long enough to know that it's the simple plans that work. Have someone walk up behind her in the street. Gun at the back of the head, bang. Done. No problems. No way to trace it back to us. Now she's gone underground, we don't even know where to start looking for her.
Yes, we do.
What?
She's staying with some friends of hers. Someone got her out the house. Name's, Terry Malone.
How long have you known that?
Oh, since yesterday. I followed her.
And you didn't tell me?
Oh, I told Spike to tell you.
You tell me. You know what's at stake here, don't you? You know Arnie Bellinger wants that woman dead or else?
Well, yeah.
Or else! He'll have my head and your head, and I'm not just making noises. You know as well as I do what happens when Arnie gets angry.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to get out and do as I told you. Only this time, do it right. One more foul up, and I'll personally cut you apart before Arnie gets a chance. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, go on, get out. And don't come back until Ferguson's dead.
I was thinking I might ask Mr. Downs for a couple of nice old gents' screws.
I don't think that's what the council's all about, Eddie. Any more ideas like that and we'll be laughed out of the room.
I'm only trying to help us more than you're doing, criticising all the time.
I didn't ask you to come in here and annoy us, did I? You're the one who wanted to be shifted out of the kitchen.
Oh, Lady Muck, is it?
Now, look, let's not bicker amongst ourselves before we even get there. It was hard enough setting up the meeting for this morning as it was.
I think we should look at buying. Now, a few extra items would go a long way to restoring morale in this place, especially since the siege. Don't you think so, Laura?
Go a long way to improving your little trade too, wouldn't it, Matt?
Now who's bickering?
If there's going to be any more buy-up, I reckon gentlemen officers should bring it in.
Eddie!
Typical, isn't it? The slightest little change in your routine and you're all off chasing your tails again. What's the matter with you, Beecham? You look surprised to see me in one piece.
Why didn't you kill Ballinger? We hear you had the chance.
Well, Flynn, the difference between you lot and me is that I don't enjoy killing.
We were all in the same boat, Miss Ferguson. I hope you haven't forgotten that.
Oh, that was 2 days ago. 2 whole days, Collins. More than enough time to get things back to the way they should be. Oh, of course, I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking that I owe you one for supposedly protecting me, Well, the fact is, I don't owe you lot anything. And don't you forget it.
You owe Myra for that overdose you tried on her.
Is that so? Well, I'll tell you what, Flynn. The next time I see her, I'll apologise in person, all right?
Hi, Mrs. Reynolds gives us that extra time out here because the garden needs doing. There's never any time for stuff like that.
I'm here to work, not talk. You get over there and do what you're supposed to do. I am going over there where I don't have to listen to you.
Get down! I said get down!
You sure you didn't see where the shots came from?
No, I've told you. The first one missed me by inches. I took cover, the next 2 hit the barbecue, that's all I know. Now look, you've seen where they hit, surely you can tell what direction they came from.
We're working on it. The prisoner you're with. The only reason someone might want to get hurt.
Her? I've already told you, it's me they're after.
You have to look at every possibility.
What does it take to convince you? For God's sake, it's the second attempt in 2 days. Arnie Ballinger wants me dead. It's as simple as that.
We can't say for sure the 2 incidents are related.
We'll have to talk to his wife, sure. Get out of it.
Well, why don't you just pick up Lionel Fellows? He's their top man here. Does all the arranging for them.
It's easier said than done.
Oh, I see. Got friends, has he?
No need for that. We all want to see him behind bars, but we can't move against him until we've got absolute proof.
Well, I will give you the proof. I will testify against him. I'll say anything you want me to say.
The time's right. He'll slip up sooner or later. We'll get him then.
And what happens to me in the meantime?
We'll give you all the protection we can. Now let's get you home, right?
Don't worry, we'll see you're all right.
Yeah. Look, I'll meet you in reception. I've got to make a phone call.
Right.
It's Joan Ferguson.
Joan? How are you looking?
Been better. Listen, I need a favour. Do you have much access to Ruth Ballinger? What you mean? Listen, Cynthia, this is really important. It's life and death, if you know what I mean. Do you think you can help me?
What do you want me to do?
What happened?
Tom, I let Gary from next door. I let him borrow the car to pick up Tina before I went back to work, and when he turned the key in...
Where is she?
You've got eyes.
Miss Malone, I know this must be a shock.
Shock? It could have been her, not her neighbour. God, how many more people have got to get hurt before you lot do something about Ballinger and his mob?
Till the cause of the fire has been properly investigated, we won't be laying charges against anyone. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a statement...
And we need protection. Now, you start providing it, or I will kick up such a stink you're going to be sorry you ever met me.
You know I'd do anything to help a mate, but...
Look, I wouldn't have involved you if I didn't have to.
One of fellow's things could be watching us right now. I've got problems of my own. I can't afford to make any slips.
Come on, Cynthia.
Well, what about the cops? Can't they do anything?
For God's sake, we're talking about Arnie Ballinger. There's a way I can get him off my back.
What's this?
It's a photocopy of the file on Ruth Ballinger's child porn racket. You show that to the women at Blackmore, and she is as good as dead.
Then
I tell fellows to leave off, or Arnie Ballinger is a widower.
I think you're doing him a favour. She's been a bit of a problem to him lately.
Then I'll just have to count on the fact that he wants her alive. It's the only chance I've got.
What do you want me to do?
For the moment, just stir the women into giving her a bit of a bashing. I'll take it from there.
I don't know, Joan.
Oh, come on, Cynthia. Look, I'll make it worth your while. Please.
Joan! I've been so worried. What are you doing in here, anyway?
Oh, I phoned to speak to you, and they asked me to stand in for Morris.
Well, at least you're safe in here. I've been expecting that those animals will try to get to you again.
Yeah. What about you? You all right now?
When I don't think about it, I've rung the hospital and all they say is Gary is as well as can be expected.
At least he's still alive.
I'm so scared. For both of us. We just can't go home tonight.
Yeah, well, we're not. Look, I've been thinking about it, Terry, and I want you to go to your parents' place. They won't trace you there.
And what about you?
Well, the police have finally decided that I'm worth protecting. They've realised they need me as a witness to Ballinger's escape attempt. Oh, come on. Hey, everything is going to be all right. They're not going to hurt us anymore. I'll see to that.
Morning, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, morning, Governor.
You look as though you need more than a coffee break. Why didn't you take Joyce's offer to get a replacement for the next shift?
I'll manage.
As you wish. I just rang the hospital, by the way. Dennis is recovering well.
It's good. Must have been quite an ordeal for them both.
Dreadful. I suggested Meg take the day off, but she wouldn't hear of it.
Yeah, I can understand that. Preferring to be here than at home where it happened.
That's why you're staying to do another shift, isn't it?
Safer here than outside.
Yes.
only wish that I had shot Ruth Ballinger when I had the opportunity. Would have saved everybody a hell of a lot of trouble.
Wouldn't have solved anything.
It would for me.
Oh, Joan. I'm sorry you had to fill in for me last night. I should have asked for somebody else.
Why? I was available.
You've done more than your share of double shifts this week.
So what's new? Listen, I'm pleased that Dennis is going to be all right.
Thanks. I'm going to see him this afternoon. I'll tell him. You know, I really thought Frank Burke was going to kill him.
They had to bring the death penalty back for maniacs like Burke. Locking him up doesn't make the public any safer. He'll only get out again.
Joyce told me about the bombed car. Is Terry's neighbour all right?
Oh, yeah, pull through.
It's been dreadful for you not knowing what he's going to do next. Sorry, it sound awful.
That's all right. I'll survive. Listen, those reports are there by the phone.
Oh, thanks. Did you get that message?
What message?
From Cynthia? What was it? She said she thought you'd like to know that her cousin's been taken seriously ill and be spending a few days in hospital.
Oh, thanks.
Miss Ferguson, that is some of us, well, to be quite frank and open about it...
We don't like the way you handled young Julie.
Oh, you don't?
As a matter of fact, we think it stinks.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have put it quite like that, but... Good heavens, Miss Ferguson, that poor girl's mother could have died before the union came to a decision.
Well, I don't suppose the thought of prison security crossed anyone's mind.
Security? You don't really think that little mouse of a girl is a threat to us, do you?
I go by the book, Slattery. I might not put them in here, but I'm making damn sure they don't get out.
Egbert's no match for us, you know that. How heartless can you be?
But surely Miss Ferguson had every right
Do
to be
you feel
concerned
that way
about
Egbert?
No, I thought she should see her mother. But I suppose I'm not experienced in these matters.
Oh, experience has got nothing to do with it. You have to show a little compassion. After all, if you were worried about it, you should have consulted the members. We're the ones you're representing.
Exactly. That's just what I told the union when I rang them. We're entitled to be consulted.
You rang the union to complain about me?
Well, I was within my rights.
And I was elected union representative for this prison, and I will do that job in whatever way I see is right, without every second person meddling in it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. See, suddenly very busy, are we?
I have to finish these reports.
Convicted and condemned, eh?
What do you mean?
You don't think I'm right about the Egbert girl, do you?
I think you were cruel, Joan. I kept thinking how I'd feel if it was my mother dying.
Oh, but you're not a criminal, Terry.
Even criminals have feelings.
And you're saying that I don't? You, of all people, know that I do.
Then why?
Because we can't allow ourselves to be sucked in every time one of those women plays on our emotions. Now, come on, Terry, you want to be more than a Joyce Barry or a Pat Slattery, don't you?
Of course I do.
Well, then power is strength. And it's power, Terry, that separates us from them. You do understand what I'm trying to say, don't you? Yeah, thought you would.
Coffee?
Oh, love one.
You should have seen the farewell that old Eddie Parslow got. It was terrific.
Well, she's the least of our problems. Oh, I can think of a few more I'd like to get rid of before that one.
I quite liked her, the crazy old bird. Headache?
Oh, yeah, I think my neck must be out again.
Well, this is for the hard day.
Oh, thank you.
And this is for the headache.
Oh, lovely. Terry.
What's the matter? Too hard?
No, someone might come in.
All I was doing was giving you a massage.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want them to misinterpret anything.
All right, but I do think you're being a little bit overcautious.
No, just safe. People like Joyce Barry love a good gossip.
I hardly think a massage is enough to stir up a hornet's nest.
Well, I must admit the place hasn't been quite so bad since you've been around.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Of course, there have been times when the junior officer needed ticking off by the senior officer.
Perhaps I'd have a better chance to learn if we were both to live in the same house.
Same house?
Well, I was meaning to ask you about this earlier, but I've never quite found the right moment.
Oh, yeah, I suppose we could talk about
I'm
it.
afraid it's a little bit late for that now. You see, I've given notice on my flat. Either I move in with you or I end up with nowhere to stay. Mind if I put these in with yours? It saves having 2 lots.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
Don't worry, I'm not going to force you to listen to them if you don't want to. We certainly have got different tastes in music, haven't we?
Oh, they may not be very fashionable, but they're certainly what I like.
There's no need to be defensive. Truth is, I wouldn't exactly call my taste the latest thing either. Why don't you just relax and stop thinking I'm going to march in here and throw your whole life into chaos?
It's just that I'm so used to living on my own.
You won't regret it, I promise.
Well, I guess we better celebrate then. Would you like a drink?
Great. Oh, isn't that lovely? Hadn't noticed it before.
Glad you like it.
I told you our tastes weren't that different. Well, here's to us.
Oh, g'day. Hope I didn't wake you when I left this morning.
Slept like a log. It's a very quiet neighbourhood.
Yeah. Listen, do you want a cup of coffee before you start work?
It must be my turn to make you one.
Oh, well, I won't say no. I've just had Beecham in hysterics again. She's a complete idiot, if you ask me.
By the way, I've organised with a friend to bring a few more things over after work.
Oh, good.
I suppose I better phone a few of my mates, too, and tell them I've moved in with you.
Morning, Terry. Miss Ferguson.
Hey, Joyce.
Did I hear you say you two had moved in together into Miss Ferguson's house?
Yes.
Oh, that's marvellous. Must be the season for it. Staff all sharing the same house together?
Frankly, I don't see that it's any of your business.
It was only us.
Yeah, so that you can turn it into the usual garbage that you and your gossipy mates feed on. Oh, this is typical, isn't it? I mean, I help one of my colleagues out, and what happens? I get stabbed in the back.
There's no need to get so angry about it. I'm sure she didn't mean it that way.
I certainly did not. And if you don't want your private life discussed at work, I suggest you don't talk about it here. Excuse me.
You wouldn't believe it, would you?
What's that?
Guess who's the only available officer to take Julie to her mother's funeral tomorrow?
Who?
Joan.
Oh, Meg, you
No,
can't.
of course I can't. It's going to be hard enough on her as it is. I'll have to juggle a few split shifts around, that's all.
Now, that's the sort of thing that would have made you an excellent governor. I can't tell you how sorry I am. For Mrs. Reynolds, too.
Well, thanks, but believe me, Mrs. Reynolds did the right thing. The department don't want a head, they want a puppet.
Who do you think will finish up with the job?
Chaucer, I should imagine. But to be honest with you, I would have rather given the job to Joan.
Oh, that reminds me. Just a tick. I came in here a little earlier and heard Joan and Terry talking. Meg, they're living together.
Really? Yeah, well, I heard Terry say something about having to leave her flat.
Oh, no, you don't understand. I don't mean just living together. I mean living together.
You sure?
Positive. Joan got very upset. I mean, I just asked a simple question and off she went. You know what she's like.
Terry? Good God.
Joan with Terry.
Well, I suppose it's none of our business, really. I just hope the women don't find out. Imagine if they did.
That PowerPoint, that one up there, gives off a bit of a blue flash sometimes.
Looks like we'll be needing all the PowerPoints we can get. What about the 2 TVs? I know, we can put them side by side so we can watch the shows in stereo. Joan, relax. Everything's going to be fine.
Oh, I told you I wouldn't be much good at this sort of thing. Listen, I know what we should do. We should organise a roster so that, you know, we can get into the swing of things. Now, for instance, I could take the bathroom every morning, but...
Joan, little details like that'll work themselves out as we go along. Just let things happen, OK?
Look, it mightn't seem like it, but I'm glad you're here.
I know. I know what we can do with the extra TV. We can put it in the bedroom so we can watch telly in bed.
Oh, but I don't watch TV in the... Oh, all right, well, I'll give you a hand with it. Right. Want a coffee?
No, thanks.
How long are you going to keep this up?
What?
This no-speaking business. I'm not into playing games, Terry.
I'm not playing any game. I'm disappointed, that's all.
At what? Because I don't like someone at first sight?
You were rude to Pippa and you know it.
So, I don't like snobs. I'm sorry, I can't pretend.
You didn't give her a chance. How would you know if she was a snob or not?
You just develop a sense about those sort of things.
Oh, really? And do I have to wait until I'm your age before I develop this sense? Sorry, I didn't mean
No, it's all right. It's true, isn't it?
No. The truth is, I was hurt by your attitude. We were just being friendly and you made it seem like something more than that. That's all it was.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to make you feel bad. Perhaps I was jealous. And she's very attractive and much nearer your age.
Oh, age has nothing to do with it. Just trust me, please.
I do. And I'm sorry. Maybe I did overreact. Well, I'm just not used to, well, having a friend, and perhaps I'm not very good at it.
Don't worry about it. Just relax and everything will work out, believe me. It will.
We'll see.
Every time he tried to kiss me, the seat collapsed and he ended up flat on his back. Luckily, the evening was saved by the police.
What?
It appears we parked near a factory, so they thought we were going to break in.
What happened?
Well, the seat collapsed for the third time, didn't it? So they knew exactly what had been going on. Hello. Move along here, please.
And quite right, too. How old were you?
Oh, 17, I suppose. He must have been 19. It all seems so silly now. Especially now.
Thank you.
Well then. I'll just go and powder my nose and we'll move along home.
Sounds fine to me.
Won't be a tick.
Everything satisfactory, I hope?
Oh, yes, very nice, thank you.
Would you like some more coffee or port?
No, thanks.
I trust your daughter was satisfied with the meal?
Yes. We'll have the bill now, thank you.
Certainly, madam.
You take things too much to heart. He was only a stupid waiter, for heaven's sake.
You won't be the last one to mistake me for your mother.
So what's wrong with that? You wouldn't be the only mother with an ugly daughter. Oh, come on. We were having such a good time before this happened. Why get upset? I'm not embarrassed to be in your company.
Aren't you?
No.
Then why haven't you told your parents about us?
Subjects never come up, that's all. I'd tell them if they asked. It's just not something you can throw into general conversation, is it? You don't believe me, do you? Well, say something, for God's sake.
I think we should end this now before we both get hurt.
But why? Just because some idiot made a crack about our age difference?
Oh, there's more differences than that.
There are in all relationships. It's what we feel for each other that counts, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Then stop seeing problems that aren't there. Please.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, what's wrong?
Well, look at us. Here we are playing the big heavies in uniform, and when we go home, it's so different.
Shh, Terry.
There's no one around.
Oh, you never know.
Don't be so paranoid.
I'm not. It's just that... Well, it doesn't hurt to be careful.
Yes, Joan, if anyone does find out, we're just living together, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Well, it's just that... Oh, you know.
All right, back to playing the heavies.
I'm not surprised.
Thought you finished at 4. Went shopping.
No, I stayed back. Slattery's got a real problem.
What happened?
Oh, I haven't got the full story yet, but something about fraudulent invoices that Egbert found. Slattery says she's trying to throw it all on her.
God, is the union taking it up?
Oh, I haven't contacted them yet, but I'm sure they will. Do you want a coffee?
You sit there, I'll put the kettle on.
Great. Any mail?
Yep, on the table there. One's from Shane.
Terry?
In a second.
Not in a second, now.
Water has to boil first, you know.
This letter, it's been opened.
Well, yeah, I didn't think you'd mind.
Well, I do mind. Don't ever open my mail again.
Joan, it's only from Shane.
I don't care if it's a circular from the local supermarket, Terry. Just because you've moved in here doesn't give you the right to pry into my private affairs. Understood?
I honestly didn't think you'd mind.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry, Terry. I should have realised you didn't mean any harm.
I never thought you could be that cruel to me, Joan.
Yes, well, it was thoughtless of me. I shouldn't have snapped at you.
You don't really want me here, do you?
Of course I do.
Well, I certainly don't feel very wanted.
Terry, I want you here very much. Terry!
You must be Joan.
Yes?
I'm David Malone. This is my wife, Marjorie. We're Terry's parents.
Lovely to meet you, dear. We've heard so much about you. Well, I don't see why you should keep her on. For heaven's sake, you've given the girl ample opportunity.
Thanks, Joan. I'm sorry, we're talking shop.
Oh, that's all right.
Marjorie doesn't like my receptionist.
I'm sure you wouldn't accept the standard of work David has to at the hospital. You'd have prisoners all over the place.
Oh, we sometimes do.
Do you really?
Well, we have our moments.
But surely it's run like a... well, like a prison, I suppose. Otherwise, wouldn't it be dangerous?
Oh, we can always handle the troublemakers.
From what we're to believe in the press, they're all troublemakers. Murderers, most of them. The ones looking after them, not much better.
Look, I'm sure that wasn't meant the way it sounded.
What? Oh, no, of course not. Well, our own daughter's one, isn't she?
Joan, do you think Terry... do you think she's serious about this job?
Of course she isn't. She isn't the type. Besides, we know our own daughter. Better than Joan, anyway.
I thought so, too. Once. Healthy little chap, is he your son?
Oh, no. No, he's my nephew.
I'm glad you told me about young Shane. It's nice to know that Terry's sharing with someone who cares.
Look, Doctor, I don't wish to appear rude.
Oh, for heaven's sake. This is your house. We're the ones that are being rude.
Yes, well, I can understand you being worried, but I'm getting the distinct feeling that I'm on trial.
Ah. Yes, well, Marjorie is possibly the best theatre sister in the state, but diplomacy has never been her forte. I'm sorry, Joan.
It's all right. You've really got nothing to worry about. Terry's very good at her job.
She's very good at everything she does. That's why we wanted her to follow us and do medicine.
But surely if she doesn't want to...
Yes, well, I suppose you're right. There must be other reasons as well. Perhaps Marjorie's been seeing too many of these films about women's prisons. You know, the sort of thing. Bashings, murders, deviance. All quite impossible.
Oh, that must be Terry now. Where the hell have you been?
See what happened to Hi, Terry G. It's good to see you.
Just a minute. I've been entertaining your parents for the last hour.
Why did they come that early?
Oh, that's not the point. I didn't even know they were coming at all, and now I hear they're staying for dinner.
That's all right. I'm cooking, so calm down.
Terry, you might at least have warned me.
I did. I left you a note.
You left me some sort of scribble about a surprise and the fact that you'd be home at 5:30. Well, surprises like that I can live without. And I suggest you take a look at your watch.
All right. I'm sorry. I did try to get home earlier to explain everything, but I got held up at the supermarket.
Terry, this must have been arranged before today. Why didn't you warn me?
Why do you have to be warned? They're not monsters. They're my parents, and I happen to think they're very nice.
I'm not
anyway,
saying...
I thought you'd be pleased. I'm doing
Pleased?
it for you. You wanted me to tell them, didn't you?
Oh, Terry, you can't tell them. Look, I know them now, and they couldn't take it.
And I've known them all my life. For God's sake, Joan, they're thinking people.
They're
not-
parents. Very conservative parents.
Yes, they are, but I still believe they have a right to know.
No, Terry, you couldn't do that to them.
You make it sound like I'm about to confess to a murder or something. It's not a crime, Joan. We are not criminals. We are two people who happen to love each other.
Terry,
At least I love you if you...
Well, be a moment, Mrs. Malone.
Hello, Mummy. I'm sorry I'm late, but I got held up.
Terry, you don't mean that.
Mummy?
Father, I want to go home.
Mummy, I'm sorry you had to come to hear
Don't touch me. Father, please.
Darling, what's happened?
Go home. I want to go home now.
Daddy, please make us stay. I want to explain everything. You want... Mummy, please. Daddy, do something.
Terry, not now. We'll be in touch.
Mummy? Mummy, please. Daddy, please, you're not even listening to me. No. No, that's not true. You spoke to Joan. You know what she's like. All right, then let me speak to her. All right, then let me come round. But we have to talk sooner or later. Daddy? They won't even listen. They won't even try to understand. What did you say to them?
Nothing.
You said they were here for an hour.
I said nothing about us.
You must have. Mummy just grabbed the phone and hung up. She wouldn't have
Terry,
done that.
I tried to warn you.
You wanted them to know.
It was before I got to know them, and please don't put the blame on me.
I see.
Now, Terry, what you did was wrong. It was unfair to me, and it was unfair to your parents.
But I only wanted them to like you. I just wanted them to know.
Yes, I know, love. But look, Terry, I don't know how or when or even if this thing will ever be forgotten, but, well, at least we've still got each other.
But they're my parents.
And you're their daughter. And you both think you're right. But it's not possible.
How do you think she'll get on with the class?
Good, I think. She seemed quite confident. I'm not so sure how she's going to get on with her mum, though, after that story in the paper.
No, Mrs. Reynolds had to go and explain to the minister.
Hey, good news.
Oh, what about?
The union has agreed to provide Pat with some money while she's on suspension.
Marvellous.
Had quite a fight getting it through, though, I can tell you.
Bolton.
Oh, who else? He's launched an investigation to see if her suspension is justified or not. Wouldn't pay anything till they'd completed the inquiry.
Oh, that's a bit hard.
Yeah, that's what I told him, only not quite so politely. Anyway, they've agreed to pay us something now before the inquiry's finished. Should be through within the week.
But you'd think they'd have an emergency fund or something.
Yeah, well, the union president has got to countersign the cheque, and he's interstate for a few days. Listen, I thought we might have a bit of a whip round amongst ourselves if no one objects.
Good idea.
Oh, everyone will join in, I'm sure.
I'm sure they will, yes. That's really very thoughtful of you, Joan.
Late weeper. I used that face stuff last night. Come up real well, too. Look.
Well, I expect compensation. Your next buy-up, for instance.
Oh, don't overstep the mark, man. You are.
Some areas, very few areas, I should hasten to add, in Melbourne, where neighbours do this, it works rather successfully.
Oh, Patterson. Your shot, is it?
Yeah, she's got me snooker behind the black ball.
Oh. May I? Let's try it off the cushion.
That was real good.
Oh, a bit out of practice, I'm afraid. Well, carry on. And keep the noise down a bit, will you, ladies? Thank you.
What the hell's got into her? She must have gone soft. Now she's on with Malone. Bloody hell, the freak's gone gaga.
Don't know Malone's taste. She certainly worked a miracle.
Well, Miss Ferguson might be going soft, but I'm not. I want my goods back.
Oh, don't chase yourself. You gave it all up.
You there?
Hi.
G'day. You know, it turned out to be quite a reasonable day after all.
Great, I'll fix us a drink then.
Yeah?
I've been trying to sort things out with my parents.
Oh, any luck?
Afraid not. I spoke to Mummy on the phone, but she's just the same as she was yesterday.
It's all my fault, isn't it?
Don't be silly. It's my mother. She's old-fashioned.
So are a lot of people, it seems.
Don't worry about it. I will talk around. It'll just take a bit of time, that's all. Here we go.
Cheers.
To us.
You know, I wasn't too sure about things when you first said you were going to move in.
No doubts now, have you?
No. No, it's good.
Good for me, too. You know, I was proud of you today.
Huh?
The way you fixed the money up for Pat.
Oh, got to look after our members.
No, it was much more than that, and the others said so, too.
It's funny, isn't it? A couple of weeks ago, they wouldn't have had a kind word for me. It's you know. You've done a lot for me, Terry.
May I have your attention, please? The new printing press is arriving today, and I'd like some volunteers to help install it.
Oh, I'll be in. It changes as good as a holiday.
Oh, me too.
Well, count us in, Mrs. M.
A Beecham?
Fine.
Right. Well, I'll need 2 more.
What about you, Kelly?
Forget it.
I'll give it a go, Mrs. M. Do you want a Jen?
Well, yes.
If you like.
An extra hand here if you need it.
No, I have enough now, thanks.
Have you got an instruction manual?
Oh, yeah, who's going to teach us how to use it? I am. After I've been shown myself.
Quieten down, please. Now, if that's all, Mrs. Morris, I'll get on with the head count.
Fine.
Okay. Nice straight line, please, ladies. Come along. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, got a call from the union. The department's agreed to reinstate me with full back pay.
Oh, well, we achieved something, eh?
Here's the money you collected. It was very good of everyone, but I won't need it now.
All right. I'll see it gets back to the people who gave.
Yes, heard the good news. Welcome back. Yeah, wouldn't be back if Joan hadn't got the union to weigh in for me.
Oh.
Yes. Good work, Joan.
It's all part of the job. I must get on with this one.
Well, I'm glad all that's sorted out. Must say, I'm fairly amazed Joan actually getting off her butt and doing something constructive.
I wasn't very hopeful either. Not after the way I complained about her to the union that time. Between you and me, I think her and Terry flatting together's got something to do with it. If you know what I mean.
Yes, someone else said the same thing. Mind you, if it's got anything to do with all the pleasantness around here lately, I'm all for it.
$22.50, not bad if I do say so myself, eh?
What about that stupid bitch Graham? She nearly blew the whole thing.
Look, if you hadn't been so quick to jump in, it would never have happened. Next time, let me do the talking, OK?
Well, how about you start doing this and dish out me dough?
Later. First, I've got to rake off the prize money and the council share.
Now?
Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8...
Counting our blessings, are we? Now, you two know better than to be carrying money. It's a chargeable offence. You could wind up in the pound.
Oh, we was just looking after it, you know, for someone else.
Yeah.
How nice of you. Hand it over.
No. No, I don't reckon we will.
You either hand it over to me or to the governor. Either way, you're in a heap of trouble.
Well, won't be the only one. Not after she hears about you and Malone.
And what's that supposed to mean?
We heard you and her were real friendly. And I don't just mean mates.
Yeah, I wonder what your precious department will say when they find out. Might be a couple of new jobs going, eh, Lex?
Yeah, too right.
Real pretty sight, wasn't it? Nice of you to keep our appointment, Miss Ferguson.
What do you want, Kelly?
Just the chance to be real friendly.
I said, what do you want, Kelly?
A little deal, eh? You turn a blind eye to me plans, and I'll do the same for you. See, I'm getting some rackets going, and I'd like you to do some donkey work and bring some stuff in for me. Oh, and just make sure I don't have any trouble from that pretty little Sheila of yours.
I have done all the deals I'm going to do with scum like you.
But yesterday you
Today is what counts, Kelly.
You wait till I tell
You
Red
tell her and see how far it gets you.
You can't watch him alone every hour of the day.
You touch her, Kelly, and you are dead. Now get out of here!
The door. I hope you're hungry because dinner's going to be a knockout.
Terry, will you leave dinner for a minute?
I can't just yet. You pour us a drink and I'll be in a minute.
Terry, please.
Boy, have I had a clean-up today. I'll be glad to get back to work tomorrow for a rest. Like them?
Yeah, they're lovely and expensive.
Oh, I couldn't resist them. I thought they'd cheer the place up a bit. You look tired. Sit down, I'll get the drinks. Didn't you have a good day?
No, I haven't had a good day.
What's the matter?
Terry, you and I have got some big decisions to make. It's about time we talked about them. So, if the women didn't know before, Kelly and Patterson would have told them by now.
I don't care. Really, I don't care.
Oh, Terry, will you stop and think for a minute?
Well, all right, it might make life a bit difficult for
A bit
while.
difficult? I'll bet they've already thought of 100 ways to blackmail
Oh,
us.
Joe, now you're not thinking. We simply lay our cards on the table to Anne Reynolds. If we tell her everything...
We can't do that.
Why not?
Because she'll use it too.
How? If everyone knows, no one can blackmail us.
They've already done it to me before.
But, Joan, together we can cope.
Terry, how long do you think we can cope with making sure that you're never alone with a prisoner in case she claims that you tried to seduce her?
If the department knows, they'll be aware of our problems. and
Terry, the department's not going to be any more tolerant than the women are. Besides, I've already told you why I had to leave Queensland.
That was different. I'm a fellow officer, and if we choose to live together, then
And how long do you think we can live together if one of us is transferred to Blackmore or Barnhurst?
They wouldn't.
Wouldn't they? Besides, I don't want anyone to know.
Why not? Are you ashamed of me?
Oh, Terry.
I've always admired you for your honesty.
What's the point in being honest if nobody bothers to understand? So just deny everything.
I hear you're going to publish your first edition tonight.
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Reynolds has given us the whole hour off to do the printing. Hope everyone likes it.
Oh, I'm sure they will, Daphne.
Yeah.
Come on, Graham, don't dawdle with that skipper. You're going to charge.
Yeah. What's the matter?
Oh, I just haven't seen you all morning. I was wondering if you're all right.
Of course I am.
No trouble?
No.
You haven't seen Kelly or Patterson?
Not since muster. I don't think they even looked at me.
Well, look, stay away from them, especially Kelly, until this thing sorts itself.
Joan, you look so guilty. Let's not get this out of proportion, please. Most of the women probably don't give a damn if we live together.
But
and
Terry...
even if they did, I really wouldn't care about it.
Look, I told you last night how potentially dangerous this situation is.
Well, if it is that dangerous, there is a very simple way out. And my parents would be a lot happier about it. If we want to stay together, I might have to find another job. Leave the prison service altogether.
Why should you do that?
Well, I don't think I'll have to, but I'd much rather do that than lose you. About time you started sticking up for yourself.
Yeah, I know. When I first came here, Joe was a wimp.
Oh, well, you're not now. That's what counts.
I know, because you helped me. That's why I hate this, Lexi. You're too important to me.
Yeah? Oh, I quit that. Come on, we've got a paper to fix.
Yeah. Come on. And that's something else I want to talk to you about.
Your diary?
Yeah, well, look, my mum died of cancer. I don't want you going the same way. You've got to give up.
God, what a bloody nag!
Pick it up, Patterson. I said pick that up.
You're so worried about it, pick it up yourself.
Don't you ever try that again. Now pick it up and get moving, the pair of you.
When Lex is finished, we'll all print this, okay?
Ooh, historic moment indeed.
Hey, do you reckon the other girls will like it?
Oh, I've no doubt my readers will respond warmly to my column. The title itself inspires confidence. Wilhelmina's Words of Wisdom. The power of words, my dear, never fails to impress.
I suppose.
The noun, the verb, the mystery of language.
Yeah.
Actually, the phrase, he kicked the bucket's always puzzled me. Which bucket do you think that refers to?
Look, would you not just shut up so I can finish this garden?
Lexi.
Would you want me to finish it or not? Yeah, we've got to print it this hour.
Yeah, we have a deadline to meet, which reminds me, I thought Luke Kelly was supposed to be helping us with the typesetting and printing.
Don't expect that bitch to put herself out for us, do you?
No, when I reminded her, she completely ignored me.
She's been really quiet since yesterday.
Yeah, suits me.
Well, maybe something happened.
Oh, what the hell do I care? Everything all right in here, ladies?
Yes, everything's fine, Miss Wallow.
Didn't you hear the bell? It's time to get back to work.
We're just about to go.
Okay, well, don't take too long.
Yes, Miss Malone.
Better do a quick tidy up in here. Bloody dyke! Come on, Lex, give us a hand.
Oh, screws are bad enough, but when they're dykes, it's even worse. My mum couldn't handle them either.
Miss Malone's all right.
Oh, she'll end up as ugly as a freak. Gives me the creeps. Gee, she must be desperate to have it off with Fergus. They're the ones that should be put away.
I'm not sure you've got the right to say how people should live.
You on the turn or what?
No, I just think you're talking about things you don't know anything about.
I know about the freak. That's good enough for me.
Well, we usually order in bulk, and well, look, we're a government department. There's no question you'd get your money. Well, no, not cash, but...
Have you seen Terry?
No, there wouldn't be a contract right away.
Have you seen Terry?
Do you mind? Yeah, well, couldn't you... OK, goodbye.
Sorry, Pat, I'm looking for Terry.
She went out ages ago.
You sure?
Yeah, she got a phone call and rushed out.
Was she all right?
No, she was upset, and so am I. Oh,
Had she seen the governor?
How do I know?
I'm sorry, I've got to get home.
You haven't signed out.
Terry! Oh, thank God, I didn't know if you'd be here. You've resigned, haven't you?
What?
Terry, what's happening?
It's my mother. She's in the hospital.
Hospital?
I had a call at work. She's taken a massive overdose of pills. If Dad hadn't found us, she would have been dead by now. It's because of me. Because of us, she hates me. Dad wouldn't even let me in to see her. He said it's all my fault and he never wants to see me again.
Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry.
You're sorry. She hates me and nothing's going to change that.
is going on?
What do you reckon, eh?
Is this your idea of a joke or not?
Jealous you didn't have the idea first. Well, what do you think's going to happen now?
Oh, come off your high horse. Just a bit of a hoot, eh, girls?
Reynolds strained a point to let us have this paper in the first place. Now you're blowing it completely.
I always knew you weren't to be trusted.
What are we going to do? Gutless wonders, it's getting so you can't even have a go at the screws no more.
We're going to have to scrap these and print up some proper ones. I want them all brought back now.
Right.
If you don't mind.
Get nicked. Since when did you lot become chief official censors anyway?
Since we don't want to charge. Now, come on, hand them over.
Come on, Lex, on the editor. Rack off! I want them as souvenirs.
Souvenirs of all the nerve!
Come on, put them in a pile here. Come on.
Well, how are the budding journalists? When does the paper come out?
Won't be long now. We're still doing practice runs.
That's not it.
It's rubbish. First try, that's all.
Oh, here's one.
No, it's not the right one.
Oh, come on, come on. I'm sure it's terrific.
What on earth?
Yes, well, she would have phoned you herself, Dr. Malone, but I'm afraid she's very distressed. So I thought I ought to for both of us. Well, I would like to be able to take Terry to visit her mother in the hospital, but well, there seems to be some misunderstanding. They said that you wouldn't allow her to... Surely, Dr. Malone, it would benefit everyone if they could at least talk about what's happened. I see. And you won't reconsider? Yes, well, I must say, I think it's very poor that her own parents can't...
What did he say?
Well, she's coming along nicely, but not quite up to having visitors just yet.
He doesn't want to know about me, does he?
Terry, I'm sure he didn't mean that. I mean, given time... Oh, come on, Terry, you're just going to have to snap out of this. And maybe it was an accident after all. Perhaps she didn't really mean to harm herself.
It was no accident. They just can't accept it.
Oh, Mrs. Morris.
Jones, something's come up. May I come in?
Yes. We've just heard that Terry's mother is seriously ill.
Oh, I am sorry. I didn't mean to intrude, but I thought you should see this.
What is it?
Most of the women have seen it already, I'm afraid. I thought you should know before you go to work tomorrow.
Why do they have to be so cruel?
It's typical. I warned the governor they'd take advantage of that printing press.
I'm sure Mrs. Reynolds had every reason, Joan.
It still doesn't help Terry, does it, knowing that her mother is so seriously ill and then having to read sick jokes like this. Mrs. Morris, would you mind?
Yes, of course. I'll see myself out.
Thank you.
Toast, it's barbaric.
I read somewhere that charcoal on toast is good for cleaning your teeth, sort of like sandpaper.
Read where to buy a new brain yet?
Knock it off. That's enough trouble.
Sorry, I breathe.
Well, we're sorry you got involved with the newspaper.
Yeah. Miss Ferguson's going to think it's me sent her up because I'm the editor.
Well, you won't be alone, love. Anyone who had anything to do with the paper's going to be in for it.
Oh, I hardly think that's fair. We didn't know she was going to be so irresponsible, did we?
Somehow, I don't think that'll make much difference. Not when the freak comes back.
You should have told me earlier. You do realise you were leaving yourselves open to blackmail? Still, I suppose what's done is done. Now we have to clean up the mess. Obviously, we have to find out who was responsible for it.
Yes, Governor.
I realise there are precedents for relationships between prison officers, but in your case there is another dimension, and I'm worried that the women will take advantage of it.
We've hardly flaunted it.
Yet the women and some of the officers seem to know all about it.
With respect, Governor, rumours like this often get out of hand. Surely the solution is to punish the women.
I wish it were as simple as that. But as Governor, I'm obliged to report the incident to the department.
I may be mistaken, Governor, but I have always thought that our private lives
I've
were our own.
already decided what I'm going to do, Mrs. Reynolds. I'll be handing in my resignation today.
I don't think we need to go
I've
that
made up my
far.
mind. It's the best thing for all of us.
This is just what the women want. If we let them succeed
I'm
with
sorry,
this, it's...
Joan. I've made up my mind. You'll have my written resignation before lunch.
Why resign? Surely we can ride this thing out. In a couple of weeks, they'll have forgotten.
In a couple of weeks, I'll be settled into a new job where it doesn't matter anyway. Mrs. Reynolds is right, Joan. We can't just pretend nothing's happened. At best, they'll transfer me out to the country somewhere. Neither of us want that.
Oh, hello, you two. Not interrupting anything, am I?
No.
Well, how's everything going?
You mean, how did we get on with the governor? Hmm? You just can't wait to find out, can you?
Now, come on, that's not fair. I know what you're going through. Mervyn and I had to come under the same scrutiny when we decided to be together.
It's hardly the same sort of scrutiny, is it?
I'm resigning as from today. Mrs. Reynolds has agreed to let me finish up tonight rather than work through my notice.
Oh, you had to resign?
I didn't exactly have to. I thought it best, that's all.
Wasn't talking to get that far. I'm glad I found you all together. The department's finally sorting out the food supply problem. Looking into it anyway. I'm expecting word later today.
And what about the newspaper? Have you decided on a punishment for the women?
Looks as though it was the work of just one person.
Oh, come on, they're all in on it, even if it only took one to run them off.
I've decided to give Flynn some extra time to persuade the culprit to come forward.
The rest get off scot-free, I suppose.
Whoever's responsible will be punished.
All I was doing was giving the girls a bit of a laugh. You'd reckon I'd kill someone.
You've got two choices. Either you tell Reynolds you did it, or you get punished by the council.
Whose side are you on, anyway? You sounded more like a screw than a screw. Speak of the devil. You made the front page, Miss Malone.
Lexi. You've got what you wanted. I've resigned from Wentworth.
Are you leaving because of that article in the paper?
That's right.
I reckon we got a right to know if we've been guarded by a pack of weirdos.
Do you mind repeating that, Patterson?
Oh, just joking, Miss Ferguson. You know me, always in for a laugh. Didn't mean nothing by it.
I'm sure you didn't. I'll take over now, Miss Malone. Well, we've had a real cosy truce lately, haven't we? Good chums, very matey, doing the right thing by one another. Then I see this. So, it's back to square one, ladies.
Is it that late already?
Oh, it's past 6. Have you had a busy day?
Oh, I was watching TV. I must have dozed off.
I thought you were going job hunting today.
Please don't lecture me.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just trying to understand. Would you like a drink?
Oh, no, thanks. I feel a bit sick. I haven't eaten.
Terry?
I know. I meant to look for a job. Really, I did, but I felt awful and I was worried about Mummy. And I've still got this week's money and my holiday
Oh, no,
pay.
come on, that's not the point.
And I was lonely. I'll look tomorrow, I promise. Now, how about helping me get some dinner?
Okay.
I'll just go and put some clothes on. I don't think woman in a dressing gown is really my part.
Anyway, I told her straight what I think about it. And playing around with kids' lives like that, it's ridiculous, don't you think?
I wouldn't know. Can we have that off? It's giving me a headache.
Oh, yes, of course. You should have told me you didn't like
The last thing I need right now is funeral music.
Yeah, well, anyway, I also made the point that we are short-staffed enough as it is. Now, Wentworth can't run on its own.
All I hear about is Wentworth. Don't you care about anything else?
You know I do.
Then stop reminding me that you're working and I'm not. I don't need you to tell me that I haven't got a job.
Terry, I'm sorry. Terry, home. Terry, you there?
good news.
Yes, well, Terry, before we talk about that, I think we should
want
get
to hear what it is?
Yes, but Terry, the house, it was like a
Forget
pigsty.
the house. Something incredible's just happened. I've got a job. It's sort of a public relations job. Lots of running around, looking after bigwigs, organising conferences, the whole bit. I can't wait to start.
Certainly sounds more exciting than Wentworth.
They're one of the biggest security companies in the state, and it was the only job where my experience counted for anything.
Oh. Well, now that's out of the way.
Oh, no,
How
I
about-
forgot to pick up my dry cleaning on the way home. I wanted to wear that beige dress tomorrow, make a good first impression.
Well, they might still be open.
No, they always close on the dot of 6. It's too bad I'll just have to win them over with sheer personality. This job's going to mean big changes, you know. For both of us, there's going to be a whole new bunch of people to socialise with.
Yes, I suppose so.
Though the manager did warn me I might have to work back occasionally, maybe even stay out of town overnight if the need comes up.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of pressure.
Oh, you know me, I thrive on it. By the way, what was that you wanted to say to me when I came in? I'm so vibed up I forgot to ask.
Oh, it was nothing. Couldn't have been. I've forgotten myself.
Where the hell's my lipstick?
Here, where you left it.
What's that supposed to mean?
If you put things away after you've used them, they're easier to find.
You know it's my first day at a new job. There's no need to pick on me.
Picking on you, Terry, but there are 2 of us living in this house, and I don't see why I should be the one to do all the tidying up.
I can move out if you like. I will if you'll be happier.
Oh, of course not.
But whatever I do, you're always finding fault. I think you're getting tired of me.
I'm not.
Does my hair look all right at the back? I'm having lunch with the boss and I want to make a good impression.
Yeah, it's fine. Now, come on, get going or you'll be late.
I'm ready.
Hey, good luck. Be thinking of you.
Thanks. Go right in, Mr. Lockwood.
Thank you.
There it is. That's a relief. I was afraid I might have lost it.
Younger brother?
No, he's nothing to do with me. That's Jones.
Joan?
Yes, my landlady. Well, friend too. She owns the house.
And just the 2 of you live here?
Yes, we used to work together. Joan lived alone for years, and when she offered to share, you know how it is, I didn't like to say no.
So you're kind-hearted too?
Oh, it wasn't entirely selfless on my part. The rent's reasonable, and we get along quite well.
Right, well, we better get to the restaurant before they give our table to someone else.
Thanks for stopping on the way, Mr. Lockwood. I'm sorry if I put you out, but it was a present from my father.
Oh, that's okay, but please, don't call me Mr. Lockwood. Makes me sound ancient.
You certainly don't look it.
Call me Barry, please.
All right. After you, Barry.
Oh, in here.
Sorry I'm late. I've just been to the longest lunch in...
Well, I was going to call you and check, but I thought the surprise had been...
Oh, it's a fabulous surprise. Really? That's beautiful, and I'm not going to let it go to waste. I'll just freshen up so that we can enjoy it together.
Maybe I should change my job, too. Such long lunches.
Oh, they call it a weekly conference. It's an excuse for a booze-up, if you ask me. Which reminds me, watch the sake, okay? Oh, my stomach.
Serve you right.
I couldn't help myself. You really are a fantastic cook, Joan.
So that, new boss of yours, he must have quite an expense account. I mean, taking everyone to lunch each week.
Real bigwig. Mind you, he deserves it. Fiona in sales says he's doubled their turnover in just 2 years.
Oh, one of those, eh?
No, you'd like him. All the staff do. You know, he went out of his way to drop me home tonight. Not many bosses would do that.
No, not unless they're on the make. You ought to be careful.
Don't be stupid.
Why not? He probably fancies you. I mean, he took you to lunch yesterday too, didn't he?
Joan, I just have to mention a guy's name and you've got us in bed together.
I wasn't suggesting that.
What the hell have you got against men anyway? You're always knocking them.
Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. I've got my likes and my dislikes, the same as everyone else.
Come on. You've got this intolerance to whatever doesn't suit you. That's one thing I dislike about you.
Not being fair.
Not to mention that insane jealousy of yours. I can't even talk to anyone.
Debbie, I didn't mean to sound jealous.
Too tired. I'm going to bed.
Look, I didn't mean to upset you, Terry. I'm sorry.
That's another thing that annoys me. You're always apologising. I'm sorry, Joan. I guess I'm just strung out from the new job.
More than that, Terry, and you know it.
I'm tired. Everything's happened so fast.
Look, I'm not about to be spoken to like a naughty child, Terry, not by you, nor anyone.
I admit I was a bit quick off the mark. It was probably all the Saki talking. Joan, I'm trying to say I'm sorry.
Oh, see, it's all right when you say it, but it annoys you when I do. It's not very fair.
All right then, if that's how you want it. Pleasant dreams. Hi, I made you a cup of coffee. Have you got time to drink it?
Thank you.
Joan, I want you to know how rotten I feel about last night. I was a total bitch, and I'm sorry I hurt you.
Well, perhaps I did overreact.
I'll make it up to you tonight. What time do you get home?
Oh, not till 8. I've got to do an extra half shift.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to have a scrumptious meal all ready for you when you do. It might not be oriental, but it'll be good.
I wouldn't care if it was fish and chips.
Oh, Joan, I hate it when we fight. I'm sure it's just the change of jobs that's making me niggly.
Well, it's quite an adjustment, eh? From prison officer to glamour girl.
Oh, you like it then?
Oh, yes, I love it. I found Graham's file.
Oh, good. Now all I have to do is tidy up this mess. Where was it?
It was in reception. Some fool left it there. Anyone could have got hold of it.
Oh, I must have left it behind when I was seeing Mr. Fulbright out.
I'm sorry, I
The
didn't...
main thing is we have it. I'm still waiting to hear about a progesterone treatment. I thought I might give them a ring and see if they've come to a firm decision.
Speaking of Graham, you asked me to report any changes in her moods. I just found her crying in the corridor.
Oh?
Well, could be a put-on to get out of work. She said she had a headache or something.
It's certainly not consistent with the PMS cycles. Thanks for telling me. I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah. Look, there is one other thing, Governor. I wonder if I might not go home a little earlier today.
We are a bit short. Is there something wrong?
Yeah, I just feel a bit off colour, that's all. I had promised to do Pat's half shift today, but I just don't feel up to it.
Oh, I'm sure we can find someone to fill in. See Meg about the rosters, will you?
Yeah, thank you.
Don't! I hate being tickled, Barry! Stop it! Barry! Don't!
Shh.
What's that?
What's the matter?
Shh. Did you hear something?
It's probably just your flatmate.
Oh, no, you better get dressed.
Hey, it's your flatmate, not your husband.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
It's a joke.
Just get dressed, please. Is that you? Joan?
Hey, listen. Listen, there's nobody here. Anyway, what difference does it make if this Joan character does catch us?
I'm old-fashioned, okay?
Listen, honey, you're not really married, are you?
No. No, I told you, there's just me and my flatmate. Over there.
Thank you. Look, Terry, if there's something that I've said that's upset you,
Please, Barry. I've already explained.
No, you haven't really, you know. Look, maybe it was that crack that I made about you being married. I don't know.
No, it wasn't that. I'm just a bit jumpy at the moment.
Well, if I'm pushing you too quickly, let me know. I'll back off.
I'm not saying that either. I was as keen as you, remember?
Yes, I do. Look, I've got a terrific idea. I know this terrific little restaurant in Chinatown where their Peking duck is...
No, I'd rather not.
There I go again, eh? getting ahead of myself.
Oh, I want to. Just give me a bit of time to get used to the idea, okay?
Yeah, sure. We'll just take it bit at a time. Well, I better make a move. I might take the opportunity and see a couple of clients this side of the city on the way back to the office.
Always the workhorse, eh?
Yeah, well, I just grabbed my jacket.
Would you like another drink? Excuse me.
No, thanks.
You all right? You look a bit pale.
Yeah, I'm fine.
If you like, I'll get you a Disprin or something.
I said I'm fine. Yes, it's me.
Did you have a good day?
Not really.
Are you all right?
Oh, I think I've got a touch of the flu. I'll be all right.
Can I get you something for it? I'll make you a hot lemon drink if you like.
I'll be fine. Would you like a drink?
No, thank you. I've got the dinner on. It's nearly ready.
Good.
I'll get you some ice then. You're very pale. You still got your headache?
No, it seems to have gone.
If you've got the flu, you should go to bed. You hardly ate anything at dinner.
Yes, I'm sorry. It was really very nice. I just don't seem to have much appetite, that's all.
You haven't even asked if I had a good day. You interested?
Of course I am. How was it?
Pretty fast and furious. I left a bit early so I'd have time to get the dinner on.
Did you?
Yes, I thought it was about time I made something more elaborate than Italian takeaway.
Yes, well, it was very delicious. I just hope you don't feel that you wasted your time.
Oh, no, of course not.
Well, look, I don't really feel very good. If you'll excuse me, I'll go to bed.
Joan, I know I've been a bit on edge lately. You're not taking it to heart, are you?
Why should I?
I'll get you some hot milk and a couple of aspirins.
Thank you.
Hello?
Joan?
No, it's Terry.
Oh, Terry, it's Meg Morris here. How are you?
Oh, Meg, did you want to speak to Joan?
Oh, is she there?
She's gone to bed, actually. She's not feeling very well.
Well, that's what I'm calling about. I was wondering if she's likely to come in tomorrow. I'm just in the middle of adjusting the rosters, so I thought I might ring.
Oh, you know what she's like, the call of duty and all that.
Yes. Well, it's just that when she said she was too sick to do the extra shift this evening, I thought she must be in a bad way.
She didn't do the extra shift?
Well, she was going to, but left at 4 because she felt so miserable. How's the new job, by the way? Joan hasn't told us much about it.
Oh, fine. I'm sorry, Meg. I have to go. I'll talk to you later. Joan? That was Meg on the phone. You came home early this afternoon, didn't you?
I don't really want to talk about it. I'm very tired.
But I want to explain.
I don't want to fight.
You might understand. I didn't plan it. It just happened. Maybe it's better for both of us if you do know. God, why does everything I say have to sound like something out of an old movie? It just happened. It doesn't mean I don't love you. You do understand that, don't you? Joan, please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Joan. I didn't want you to find out like that. I don't want to see you hurt.
Yes, I know.
I'll pack my things in the morning.
You have somewhere to go?
I'll find somewhere.
I don't want you to go.
But aren't you angry with me?
I was at first.
I don't understand.
Don't suppose I do either. All I know is that I want you to stay. But only if you want to. There's no point in going on if you just feel sorry for me.
Oh, that's not what I feel for you at all. I just want Barry too.
Do you love him?
No, but I wanted to sleep with him.
And you'll want to again?
What are we going to do?
I think you should see Barry whenever you want to. What? All I ask is that you don't bring him here. And you don't ever tell me when you've seen him. There are very few people in my life, Terry, that I've loved or even been close to. And you're one of them. I don't want to lose you.
I just put the new roster up if you want to have a look.
Yeah, I will.
Now, don't jump down my throat, Joan, but are you well enough to get through the rest of the day?
Oh, it's only a 24-hour bug. It'll be gone by tonight.
Well, Terry seemed quite worried about you when I rang last night.
I told her I'd be fine. I'll be fine.
How's the new job going? I meant to ask, but I think I caught her in the middle of something.
No, she seems to like it there.
Good. Here. Have a biscuit. Mervyn made them at home. Gotta warn you, they're very Moorish.
No. Thank you, but no.
Don't suppose you're interested, but Dennis is coming along quite well. I mean, of course, he still can't walk, but he's getting much better.
Is that letter from him?
Yes. He seems to have regained his old fighting spirit.
Do you still... Oh, I'm sorry, it's none of my business.
Do I still love him? Is that what you were going to ask?
I mean, how do you cope when someone you love very much, well, someone takes them away from you?
I don't know. But you do. You just cope.
Pain.
Pardon?
I once heard that the pain of having someone that you love taken from you is almost too much to bear. I mean, a lover, not a member of the family. Someone said it was better to stay alone. Avoid falling in love at all costs. Avoid the pain of when it finishes.
Of course, if it's real love, you can't avoid being involved.
I know, but what if I can't get...
Staff room. Right. Thanks, Joyce. Doctors have come to see Graham. Mrs. Reynolds has asked if I'll stay there during the examination. Joan, perhaps...
I'll be fine. I better get back to it myself. Come to think of it, no.
It certainly had the desired effect. She's a completely different
Oh, hell no! It's all right, dear. We'll help you clean it up.
What's going on here? Who's responsible for that mess?
It was me, Miss Ferguson. Clumsy, aren't I?
Yes. And it's typical of the attitude of the lot of you. Slovenly, irresponsible. Frankly, I don't know why the government wastes its money. I never will understand what makes types like you want to degrade and destroy anything that's halfway decent in this world. I mean, it's pitiful, isn't it? Now clean up that mess and get on with your work.
no.
Yeah, so he comes home, dead drunk, 3 o'clock in the morning, neighbourhood's like a church.
Oh. Excuse me, Barry, do you mind waiting a minute?
I'll be in the office.
Something wrong?
No, I just thought I'd pick you up and perhaps we could have a meal and maybe see a movie.
Oh, well, I'd like to, Joan, but I can't. If you'd rung earlier, I could have told you.
Something better to do, I suppose.
We're having drinks with a client, the chairman of a big retail group that's thinking of coming over to us. Now, I've got to go along and help get him on side. You know that's part of my job.
It's just a thought.
I'll only be a couple of hours. It'll be too late for a movie, but perhaps we could still go out for a meal.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'll be at home.
Shoplifters are the ones. Tried everything. Tag alarms, security cameras, nothing stops the bastards.
Yeah, it's a problem all around these days.
When are you so-called security experts going to do something about it? Huh?
I know. Have everything rigged to explode if it leaves the store without first being disarmed by the checkout.
I like it. Blow the bastards away.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to contact and get you a very good deal on second-hand anti-personnel mines.
Oh, God, wouldn't it make things so simple if we could? Excuse me. Go to the loo.
Well, he seems happy enough.
Yes, I think I'll reserve my judgment till we see if we got his account or not.
Hello. Oh, hello.
Who are they?
Oh, just acquaintances.
Listen, what do you say when we finish up here?
What?
How about coming back to my place?
Oh, no, I can't tonight. I have to spend the evening with my flatmate.
Your flatmate? Put her off.
It's her birthday.
We'll send her a card. You can't say we didn't have a good time yesterday.
I had a good time. I just can't tonight, that's all.
I've got a very big, comfortable bed.
Barry, I can't.
What if I said it was my birthday?
No.
At this moment, chilling in my refrigerator is an excellent bottle of champagne.
I can see I'm going to have trouble with you. Sorry I'm late. Mr. Main insisted we go back to his hotel and talk about the account. I couldn't get out of it.
Couldn't you?
We can make it tomorrow night.
Can we?
Honestly, I couldn't help it.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not.
You've been with that sleazy little bastard of a manager.
Joan, you better be careful what you say.
I'd better be careful. I have been sitting here waiting for hours for you, hoping that just once you might treat me as if I was worth something.
Making a fool of yourself.
Ever since the day I met you.
Well, you said it.
You won't even make the effort to deny it, will you?
Why bother? For what it's worth, I haven't been with Barry, but you're not going to believe that, are you?
I'd have to be damn stupid.
He wanted me to go back to his place, but I didn't because I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Oh, you tell me another joke.
What if I did anyway? Do what I like, you said. Just don't tell me about it, you said.
I didn't say anything about becoming a whore. Terry! Terry! Terry, I'm sorry. Terry, it's just that you said you'd be home. I was looking forward to going out, and you should have said if you didn't want to. Terry, I'm sorry. What are you doing?
What's it look like I'm packing?
Oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about it.
We talked about it last night, remember?
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I was upset.
I'm not putting up with a scene like that every time I'm a bit late home from work. It's the best thing for both of us if I move out.
Oh, no, it's not, Terry. Look, I know I'm unreasonable. I can't help it. It's all so new to me. Please try to be patient.
Me be patient? I wasn't the one doing all the yelling and screaming last night.
I promise it won't happen again.
No, it won't.
Oh, Terry, please don't go. Look, it'll be all right from now on. Honestly, it will.
No, I need some freedom. I have to be able to see my own friends when I want to.
Yes, I understand that. I really do. And I won't make claims on you. But please don't go.
All right. One more chance. Just one more.
Yes. Things will be fine from now on.
We'll see.
Hello, what's your hurry?
Oh, I was supposed to be in Anne's office 3 minutes ago, but I'm dying for a cup of coffee before we go over all that paperwork.
Oh, I think you're safe. She's got someone with her.
Oh, good.
By the way, how's Eve Wilder?
Not as calm as she was last night. I don't know what a solicitor said to her, but when they'd finished, she looked as if she knew she was in real trouble.
Well, it is a murder charge, Meg.
Yes, and I think she's only just realised it may not be quite so easy to prove she's innocent.
Well, mistress or not, she must be feeling terrible if it really was an accident.
Accident? The woman's obviously inventing the whole story. The police know what they're doing.
Yes, they obviously think they've got enough evidence to convict her.
Just because she's beautiful doesn't mean she can't be a liar.
Well, I'm not making any judgments.
I'm right.
Good job you're not on her jury, then.
No, I've got all Saturday off as well.
Why don't we do something different for a change? Have some fun.
Right, what you got in mind?
I don't know, the beach, the hills, maybe? Or how long since you've been to Luna Park?
Oh, no, I don't want to go there.
It was just an idea. It could have been fun.
No, I'm sorry. It's just not my kind of place. I used to have to go there with Shane.
Will you think of something?
No, I'll do whatever you want.
That's no good. It's got to be something we'll both enjoy.
What about a picnic? Oh, haven't they forecast showers for the weekend, though?
Oh, I didn't hear.
Might be all right.
No, there's nothing worse than a picnic in the rain. What else is there?
Oh, I can't think.
Art gallery.
Maybe.
You decide whatever you like.
Terry, I'm not very good at this sort of thing. I just like being here with you. I know I'm difficult.
No, you're not. There's got to be something we can do for a change.
I don't know. When I think of Saturdays, I just think of us here together.
Well, if that's what you really want, we'll just stay home. Before, when we were talking about Saturday, and Luna Park and Shane, I realised I know nothing about what you were like when you were a kid.
Oh, you wouldn't be interested in that.
Of course I would. What were you like?
Ordinary, shy, and very plain.
I bet you weren't. Have you got any old photos or anything?
No. Oh, I suppose I could dig a few out for you on Saturday.
I'd love that.
Hello. Yes, I'll get her. Yes, I thought it might be. It's for you. It's him.
Hello? Oh, no, I'm afraid I can't tonight, Barry. Yes. Well, thanks anyway. Maybe sometime on the weekend.
You can go out with him if you want to. I'm not stopping you.
Don't be such a martyr. We've been through all that.
Have we?
You know we have. I'll go out with him if I want to. Tonight I don't want to.
Oh, it's nice to know that everything's so simple.
Joan, we couldn't even think of anything to do on the weekend.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's not as though we've got heaps of exciting things planned.
Oh, one call from him and suddenly I'm an old bore, right?
It's not like that at all.
What exactly did you tell him about us?
We share a house. That's all he needs to know.
So I'm the landlady now, is that it?
Joan, I told my parents all about us. They'll probably never speak to me again.
How am I supposed to take that? Oh, you won't tell Barry because you might lose him.
You're the one who wanted to keep it a secret.
It's different.
Oh, it's all right when it suits you. Why should I tell Barry? It's got nothing to do with him.
What he doesn't know won't hurt him. Is that what you think?
What I've got with Barry's got nothing to do with us either.
Oh, you're having yourself on. If that's what you think, you go ahead and tell him. Won't make any difference. You know damn well it will.
I guess you're planning to tell him yourself then.
How can you even think that? Where are you going?
Go on, tell him. It won't make any difference. It's all over with Barry anyway.
Terry!
Don't worry, I'm not rushing straight to Barry. You never know how things will turn out, though.
Terry? Yes, hello. Is Miss Malone there, please? Are you certain? Did she say why? Well, have you got any idea when she might be here? No, thank you. I'll call back later.
Oh, I don't suppose we'll ever find out what Patterson and Kelly did.
No, judging by their bruises, I'd say they'll behave themselves for some time.
Well, I'll keep my eyes and ears open anyway. Better get back on my rounds.
Could I have some time off today, please, Governor? There are a couple of problems that I have to sort out.
Does it have to be today?
Yes, it does have to be today.
I see you. Sit down. I'm not prying, but I've noticed that you haven't been yourself lately. Do you think perhaps you need to see a doctor?
No.
You haven't looked well for a few days.
Oh, I'm just getting over that flu bug.
If you need a few days in bed to get some rest, I could arrange sick leave.
It's more of a personal problem.
Nothing too serious, I hope.
Nothing I can't handle.
It's just that,
I expect that Mrs. Morris told you I sent the wrong batch of papers back to the department yesterday.
Well, yes, she did.
It was a mistake that anyone could have made, and I will make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Of course. It's just that you have to admit you're not very good at recognizing when you need rest. And I have to make sure that officers bring full concentration to their work here. I don't want to get to the point of forcing you to take leave. You're obviously going through a rough patch.
Governor, I just need time off, and I need it today, please.
Of course.
Thank you. Terry?